Hi, K15 students. Are you happy staying at home? Do you miss Doris English teachers? Well, we have good news for you. Now, every Tuesday and Friday, we can meet each other. Today, our class is on Reading for Comprehension, page 10 and 11, and page 42 and 43. Okay, let's start the first story. There is a question. Why do people yawn? I know what you want to say, but this is not jewelry. To talk about the answer, first we need to talk about when do people yawn. People yawn when they feel tired and sleepy. When people feel tired, their mind and bodies need air. So they open their mouths wide to get in the oxygen. Now we can say the answer. Why do people yawn? Because their tired minds and bodies need oxygen. Next story. Where does salt come from? Sophie, do you know the answer? From 7-Eleven? Well, you are right. You can buy salt from 7-Eleven. Ask her, what did you say? From your grandmother? Yes, grandmother uses salt to cook dinner for you. You are both right. Salt is a very important thing for people. People cannot live without salt. For many years, people used different ways to get salt. Let's take a look. Long ago, people digged from rocks to get salt. They also got salt from the sea. They took the seawater out, put it under the sun, and then salt was left behind. Now, people get salt much more easily. They still get salt from the sea, and they also have salt mines. The miners digged into the ground to make a salt mine. They work in the salt mine to get salt. There are also salt wells. How do people work? And how does salt well works? Let's take a look. 2 pipes are put under the ground. Water is sent down into 1 pipe. After water and salt are mixed together, the salt water is piped out and then salt is left behind. Okay, they are the 2 stories we're learning today. Now, look at your handouts. Let's talk about the good sentences. Number 1, if you feel sleepy, you can stay interested in what you are doing. Stay interested. It means 保持兴趣. After stay interested in, you write something. For example, Michael stays interested in cooking. He wants to cook for his family. We use the S here because Michael is 第三人称单数. After the verb, we write 1 S. In the second part of the sentence, he wants. There is also S for wants. Let's keep going. You open your mouth wide. This is called a yawn. Number 2, people's bodies and minds get tired, and tired minds need air. A quick yawn wakes up your mind. We just talk about it because after you yawn, you get oxygen into your mind and body. Number 3, when you yawn, it makes a pretty silly face. Pretty means very. When you yawn, your face looks pretty silly. Scientists do not know much about yawns. Scientists only know a little about yawns. They don't know much. Number 4, people yawn in order to get more air. In order to, 为了. Let's look at the example. Ned studies very hard in order to get 100 on his test. After Ned, the verb study, we change it to studies. Ned studies very hard in order to, 为了 get 100 on his test. This get, you don't see s, because after to, we use 原形动词. Let's continue to 5 and from 5 to 8. Number 5, salt has always been important to people. At one time, it was worth as much as gold. A long time ago, people used gold to buy things. They used gold as money. Salt was the same. They could use salt as money. Number 6, people got salt from the sea. They took seawater and put it in the sun. After a long time, the water dried up and the salt was left behind. After a long time, the water was gone. You could only see salt. Salt was left behind. Number 7, over the years, people discovered different ways to get salt. Look at this, over the years. After over the years, you write a comma, 逗号. And after over the years, you usually use 过去式动词. Look, discovered, this is 过去式. Some early people got it from rocks. This got is also 过去式. Okay, let's look at the example here. Over the years, comma, 逗号. Children played different games to have fun. Played, 过去式. Okay, now let's continue. Today, most salt comes from salt mines and salt wells. After today, you use 现在式 comes from. Number 8, 2 pipes are put into the ground. Water is sent down one of them. This them means the pipes. It makes salt water, and it is pushed up the other pipe. That's all for the good sentences. Finally, let's talk about the homework you need to do. Number 1, you need to write the questions and answers on your notebook. And you also need to use stay interested in order over the years to make sentences. So you need to write 3 sentences. After you write part 1 and part 2, take pictures of your homework and upload the pictures to Doors English 9 account. Number 3, record yourself reciting 朗诵, page 42. That's the story about the salt. After you record, put your recording onto my account. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and don't forget to do your homework. See you next time.